Hello, welcome to this video. I'm going to go into a little flow. If you haven't seen these videos before, welcome back. If you have, my intention is benevolence for all, the highest levels of love light. Really quick, just a brief energy update. I'm a little tired. I was a little out of it this week and whacked my face on a piece of furniture. Been a little bit discombobulated. I've been running into things. It's been a week of kind of feeling tired, like I could sleep all day, yet really energized at the same time, if that makes sense. I want to also share that everybody's going through it, even people that you wouldn't think are going through it. Maybe they just don't talk about it. Let me rephrase that. Most people are experiencing these ascension symptoms, I call it, or activations in some way. Some people are experiencing bodily symptoms, others it's emotional. And I've talked about this before in the past, but I just wanted to kind of share that all of this is normal. Our bodies are changing. Anxiety can be part of it. Obviously, lack of sleep can be part of it, feeling thirsty all the time, changes of eating habits. I haven't really done a video recently about the symptoms. So I just wanted to kind of just briefly say, you fill in the blanks. Yes. Everybody's different, but things are changing for a lot of people. And those of us that have been on this journey for a while are assisting our brothers and sisters that don't know what's going on, that are going through these shifts and changes and are like, what is happening? So I just wanted to share that. I had a co-creative session with a light worker just a bit ago. I'm probably going to type up quite a bit of what the guides, my higher guidance team, was sharing. The primary message was about the magic in the little things. This particular light worker that I'm working with made a comment, and I appreciate her asking and making this comment. And she said that all this seems really boring, when I had said that noticing the details in our everyday life and seeing the magic in that. And she had mentioned, like I had said, if I see a bush and I'm walking, I'm going to look and see if there's a spider web in it. And if there's a spider web in it, I'm going to look and see if there's a spider. And if I see a tree, I'm going to look at the leaves on that tree. If I see a bird in a tree, I'm going to go look and see what kind of bird that is. And that's how I have woken up the magic for me in the everyday life. Because the messages that are coming through right now are basically saying God is in everything. How are many people are looking for magic, fireworks. It is all around us. It is in the little things, because God is in everything. God is in the birds and the bees as much as the sun. Does that make the bee does that make the sun more magnificent than the bee? So the biggest message that was coming through was recognizing that. Recognizing, we hear a lot about oneness, right? We hear a lot about being one with everything. And part of that message, from what I'm seeing, is it's about seeing the one in everything. So if we're looking for magic, we can just look at our hands. We can look and see all of the lines that are in the hands and the blood and the bones and the veins, and recognizing that the breath that we're breathing is magical, and that the crow that flew by my window was magical, and that everything, it's all a piece of God. Therefore, it's all magic. And sometimes when we start to recognize that, that's when the bigger things start to show up. So I just wanted to say that because this session that I had brought up a lot of that, because that's a lot of what the energies are that are coming in. The other message that came through was about the inner child, was about the baby Jesus. We're coming up on Christmas, right? A lot of us, whether we celebrate it or don't celebrate Christmas, is irrelevant in this particular message. They were trying to show me that they showed me Jesus as a baby, and that as a baby, the baby trusts. It doesn't wonder if the person holding them is going to drop them. It trusts that they're going to get held, that they're going to get fed, because that is how we are as children. We have this wonder about us, this awe, and they're looking at everything. They're taking it all in. Everything to them is magical. You can make the same face over and over and over and over again, and they find it funny every single time. So the guides were kind of sharing, get back into that, get into that space. We're in this Christmas time, celebrating the birth of baby Jesus for a lot of the mainstream Christianity to share. So what would baby Jesus do? What would any baby do? All babies are birthed in innocence, awe, and wonder. And that's the message that was coming through. So I just wanted to share that. As we hone in on these awesome changes that are abounding, that are breaking up boundaries, that are boundless in opportunity pouring in, tuning our reality, we recognize and see the magic within all things. And in doing this, we are then recognizing our creative they're showing me functions, the ability to become creative, to so much energy coming in. I'm just this allows us to light up our mechanics within. They're showing me a Christmas tree lighting up. So lots of Christmas references, of course. For as we light up our field, we light up the grids. I'm hearing that song by Snow Patrol. I think it says, light up, light up. Maybe. Louder, louder. I wasn't prepared to sing. As if you had a choice, I'll be right beside you, dear. Trust. For all is unfolding, all is developing. As each one of us lights up the tree, the grids, we see more into the depths of who we are, the depths of what we are becoming. I'm hearing like the coming king, the crown, the coming within. the coming energies, the crown achievements. And they're showing again that chaos. Don't be fooled by the chaos and the confusion. They're showing me that there's that science video where there's these billiards and they're all hanging from a string, and you hit one billiard and they start out in a straight line, and then they come into all of these chaotic lines, and it doesn't even look like they're at all connected. And then as they start to go back into rhythm, they all come back into this perfect alignment. And that is really chaos theory from what my guides have been showing me. So recognize there is order in all of this. And what they're showing me is it's just like lights on a Christmas tree. If you look at a Christmas tree, it looks like the lights are kind of all throughout the tree. But when you get closer, you recognize that it's a rose spiraling up the tree usually, right? From one perspective. Recognizing that all things are connected. Recognizing that we are coming into a new attunement that allows us to recognize more of our expansiveness. As we recognize our expansiveness, we then create more of this in this expansiveness. Lots of music today. I'm hearing, we've only just begun. Got some cheesy songs coming in. No offense, it's a great song. We're being invited to see the light all throughout us, not just at the end of the tunnel, for we are the tunnel, the TONEall, the tone in all. The tonacity. I'm hearing tenacious D. So let's play with that. Humor, music, superstar, right? Recognizing that as this currency flows through us, we are channeling a new energy. We are channeling a new position, changing the channel. We are tweaking the wires, so to speak. As we electrify our being, as we allow ourselves to light up. Again, now they're showing me Griswold Family Christmas. We are being invited to be the brightest tree on the block, the brightest house on the block, housing our infrastructure. So it's like our body is a temple, playing on that house of God, if you will. House of source energy, the source of all things flowing through our veins, singing in an orchestra, an orchestrata, orchestratosphere, orca. Lots of plays on words lately with orca. Whenever I see an orca, I think of the whale harmonics, even though I believe orcas are actually part of the dolphin family, but don't quote me on that. I think of the black and white merging into the gray of the dolphin. So it's black and white, looks like a whale, that's part of the dolphin family, which is yin and yang, yin and yang, yin, yang. This divine dance between the two are merging, converging, creating, co-expanding, cooperating. I'm hearing Raiders of the Lost Ark, Ark of the Covenant, dwelling within us, hidden so well within the well that is upwelling. The deluge, the delusion. So I'm hearing the deluge is at hand. The delusion is being dissolved. The delusion is the grand illusion. That is essentially, so the grand illusion is essentially cleansing the grand delusion with the deluge of cleansing frequencies of love, of cleansing crystal, Christad, Christede. Steady, true, imbuing within it, imbuing, imbeautifying. They're showing me Bumblebee, Bumblebee transformer. The transformer, more than meets the eye. Do you guys remember that? Man. More than meets the eye. Guys, this is the kind of flow we're in today. We invite you to feel into these frequencies. What is being offered is beyond words. What is being offered is operating in a higher system within a lower density that is shaking up the density, the spectrum, the spectrometer is rising. For as our expectations are great, we are falling into alignment with all the greatness that we are, becoming, becoming the way, the waves. I'm hearing the great reclamation. As our capabilities expand, our capacity for knowing expands, our compassion expands, our compassionability. Our expanded sensibility, our expanded senses, our sensodometers are kicking in at a high voltage, high wattage. What are we tuning into? What are we believing? What are we still not believing? So they're showing me like some people are still hearing rumors. Rumor has it. And are thinking about that. There is no room for more of that. For that is old architecture. Hark. Listen. Listen, 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 listen. The bandwidths are reciting a tune, a hymn for you. For new recipes are eking their way in. Having reference to Eka Mouse. Putting a new spin, interjecting new solar dynamics, new sprays, if you will. Sprigs of perfection, juniper berries, juniper, Jupiter, I'm hearing, fly me to the moon. What do they say on Jupiter and Mars? For we are coming into our galactic rotation as new counterparts. New counterparts, new inner dwellings have been tuned up, tuned into, turned up, turned upside down. I'm hearing upside down. I think it's inside out, upside down. Did I already mention very musical today? This spin and counter rotation is allowing a docking to occur. This docking allows us to recharge our particle mass en masse, mass consumption, play on words. Our inner alchemy is detecting a new spin, and we must recalibrate to lock into these new frequencies. This will require a multitude, a myriad of changes, behaviors, technologies, expansive conductivity, allowing us to turn the key to our keys, to our kingdom. Buoya te ash te kiki and na kukuoya esh te ak uawaha. The spatial dynamics that we reference now are expansive. The tides have turned. The change has, I'm hearing begun, become, coined. A lot of the words, when I'm in this type of flow, I don't always record this. A lot of times I write it down because it's so multidimensional. I did write up a write-up recently about how this works, and I'm going to share that soon. Our interspatial reference patterns are shared in an array. I'm hearing again osprey, aspire, aspire, aspiring. Quantum leaps are being made in bounds. So bountiful cornucopia, in a bountiful cornucopia. So I'm just gonna, so I just wanted to share on that, that note. Those were all references to physics, shapes, energies, quantumness. As we raise our caliber, we jump the gun faster than a speeding bullet. We are traversing, transversing. I'm hearing transverse abdominis, but I'm hearing abdomix, abdominos. Some of these words that come through, I have to go and look up later. What are they trying to say? Some of it's in code. It's all right. It's not just about the words, it's about the energy behind the words. All of this is a collaboration of the highest accord, a creative frequency bandwidth that we are tuning into, that we are jacking into, so to speak. And as we do this, we align ourselves and we invite you to plug in as well, to feel the frequencies that are being shared and sifted through. And recognizing that they can be, so I'm seeing ospreyed again. But then, of course, if I think of an osprey, I think of a hawk, which is a message carrier, and they're also water and air. So these messages are carried through in a transformative way, in abundant codes, in multiple trajectories, in multiple ways, in multiple alignments. As this towers up, spires, it inspires. In many ways, a recollection of the harmonics in which we all play in together in this beautiful co-creative sandbox, ocean of frequency. We invite you to plug in and play, expansive co-creators, unifying, tipping the scales. They're showing me bubbling over, reaching the boiling point. And so we send you love and light in this sharing, in this co-creative frequency collaboration, in honor of you honing in, honoring your rings. So they're showing me like bubbles in the Olympics. Like we're all banding together to create these rings from love. In love and light, guys. Namaste.